All right, so continuing our discussion, part 2.
Okay.
So I said I wanted to touch back on Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil,
I can't
we
take
gotta
the voice.
open up the country. We gotta get people back to work so we can get this economy started, and gotta get it up and running again because people are hurting.
People gonna die.
We can't let the cure be worse than the illness. So what is the cure? What's the illness? The illness is corona. And then you go outside and the cure is death.
Right.
You're gonna die. Like, what are you talking about? I don't even understand what the hell you mean. When you are faced with go outside or die, when you are faced with whatever the hell else and death, how does anything outweigh death? I don't understand that. How does me going to get a pizza and having a beer with my buddy from across town outweigh the fact that little interaction could kill me?
Right.
Now let's just say it don't. Let's say it don't kill me. Let's say what it does is make me a carrier. And then I carry that motherfucker right back home to whoever else is living underneath my roof.
Yes.
And then it causes everybody else to be ill and die. And then you the only motherfucker standing in that mud because everybody else is dead.
And that's if you don't catch it from providing care for the people that you spreaded it to.
Well, we ain't talking about providing care because those are essential workers.
No, I'm saying if in a lot of cases people are going to get tested, finding out they have it, and they sending them back home. So if you went out in the streets and you kicked it and you brought it back home, you got to take care of the people in your house.
Well, yeah, because if you go and you get tested and your ass got it, you came from home. Go back. Go back. Tell them what you got, and then all y'all motherfuckers stay home.
Right.
Don't nobody else go nowhere else.
Right.
Nobody
so continue to self-quarantine until further notice.
All of you. Can't nobody go nowhere. Don't get no deliveries. You know what I'm saying? All you can do is FaceTime. You tell somebody, look, the money is in the envelope, in the mailbox, leave the food at the door.
Right.
Or better yet, just give them your credit card number and tell them to drop that shit off and ring the doorbell.
Yeah, because a lot of places now are doing contactless delivery.
Listen, come on with it. Look, okay, so now look.
That's wild.
So we talking about Dr. Phil, right? Yes. All right. But Dr. Phil's not the only person I want to talk about. Okay. Okay, listen. I just want to go on the record and say, dear Hollywood, fuck your appreciation commercials. Listen.
You did say that.
Listen. Don't pacify me with words that you done read off a teleprompter telling me that I'm your hero. I am the mother of 3 essential individuals.
Right.
I'm essential myself. You want to show me how much you care about me? Petition, rally, start a movement to up my pay.
Yes.
And the pay of my other three essential children.
Wipe out my student loans.
Take care of that.
Please.
While you standing in your restaurant style kitchen,
right,
looking in your refrigerator that takes up more than half the wall in that joint.
Yes.
When you are standing in the bedroom of your multi-million-dollar mansion talking about how confined you feel, and your bedroom bigger than my whole damn downstairs, including the kitchen.
Right.
And you're confined.
Right.
You feel imprisoned.
With all the trappings that one would love to have. You got bowling alleys and movie theaters in your house.
Basketball courts.
In your house.
In your house.
Jacuzzi, pool,
you can go to
in
a whole
the
nother
house.
You can go to a whole nother side of your house.
And it feel like a new spot.
You could send everybody in your house to a different room and have to use an intercom to interact.
Yes.
Because y'all so far away. Look, miss me. Please, Hollywood, miss me. Miss me when you sitting up there and you on FaceTime with your makeup artist, perfect makeup.
Right.
But you been in quarantine, but you look like you just stepped off a set.
Yeah.
Okay? but
You're our heroes. You're my hero.
am I your hero? If I'm your hero, then what I would like for you to do is draw attention to the fact that minimum wage needs to go up. Draw attention to the fact that these companies are not taking care of the people that are taking care of them.
Right.
Okay?
Absolutely.
Draw attention to the fact that the government needs to do better, needs to do more.
Yeah.
And we need to get people paid. Draw attention to the fact that these essential workers and everyone else, let's not just talk about essential workers in this instance. Let's talk about how the government can mandate that these banks stop collecting mortgages for the next 6 months. Let's talk about how the government needs to mandate. You want to give these companies a great big ass tax write-off? Mandate that they continue to pay their workers their regular salary on a regular schedule for the next 6 months without having to report to work. If you're a full-time employee, then you get your full-time check. If you're a part-time employee, then you get your part-time check. These companies can afford to do this. They can afford this.
Yeah, they can.
These are multi-million-dollar companies.
Yeah.
They can afford to pay their workers for the next 6 months and let them stay home.
Absolutely.
Now, I'm not a greedy individual. I'm not. So let's just say, do one or the other. Let's just say, nobody pays rent, nobody pays mortgage for 6 months.
Okay.
If you essential, you go to work. But if you're not essential and you have to stay home, you ain't got to worry about not having a roof over your head, because you don't have to pay nothing for 6 months no way.
Right. And if you do get some money, you can either stack that money or you can use it when you need to go to the store to buy your essentials like groceries.
Exactly. Mandate that DP&L and Veteran don't collect nothing for 6 months. Keep that shit on for 6 months. Why you can't? Why not? Why you can't do that? Why you can't keep the country going? You done found $500 billion to so-called get these small businesses out of debt, of which they can't even receive because these larger companies
took all the
damn money. These $20 million, these 500, these dang, look, I can't even talk right. Look, they taking $10 million, they taking $20 million money that they have. They sitting on a surplus of $80 million, and you taking another 20 from the government out the mouths of these people, out of the hands of these small businesses because you just that damn greedy.
Right. Like we have some friends who own some local businesses right here in the city, and I was kicking them information like, oh, here's another grant to apply for, and the very next day the story came out that all the money was gone. But then you got a restaurant like Zaxby's they took $40 million. You didn't need it.
That's bigger than the one. That's crazy.
And then what is it? Shake Shack?
Yes.
They're giving back the money that they took.
They had $10 million and they giving that back.
No, they got $40 million. And
Shack. I thought they had 10 million.
They got $40 million and they're giving it back because it was a big deal. Like, oh, Shake Shack is giving back the money they got. It was money they should have never got in the first place.
Look,
you didn't do nothing.
I heard on the radio. I was listening to the radio. I was listening to no, it wasn't the radio. I take that back. It wasn't. No, it was. It was a news broadcast I was listening to, and they were saying that the companies didn't do anything illegal.
Right.
That it's the government's responsibility to make sure that money is being appropriated to the right places. And what I say to that is, that may be true, but that don't mean that it's right.
Well, and that may be true, but if that's the case, if you didn't do anything illegal, you still applied for it.
Well, the
government didn't automatically give it to you. You applied for it.
This brings me to my next point. The issue is not whether or not they did anything illegal.
Right.
The issue is whether or not they did something moral.
Right.
And that's not moral. It's not moral for them to know that they are this big conglomerate, corporate, you know that money is not appropriated for you. You know you don't need that. Like, let it be who it's meant for. Why are you so greedy? Why do you have to have everything? You gotta have all of it.
All of it.
All of it. You gotta have all of it. And then the thing about that is this: why you're taking this money that's set aside from these people, these smaller businesses, and you're going to use it to pay your people also, that you can do what with the other $80 million that you got sitting in a bank.
Right. Well, you saw
so
what
you
happened.
can live off of it.
Did you see what happened with Harvard?
I did not.
Harvard was given $37 million. Harvard has an $81 billion endowment. So they didn't need those millions at all. So now that they got caught with the hand in the cookie jar, now they're like, oh, well, we're going to give the money back. It's money you should have never took.
And listen, people, this is what I need you people to understand. All this shadiness is coming from these elites.
Yes.
All of this shadiness, all of this crookedness, all of this inhumanity, all of this moral corrupt character, all of this savagery is coming from the very same people that stand in judgment over you. That tell you wrong, or you not right, or what you want is these are the same people. When are you gonna wake up and you come on, when are we gonna wake up and understand that these big corporate, it's wrong. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's just right. And we can vote these people out of Congress. We can stop these people from making any more money. We don't have to go back to those places and frequent those places.
And that's what I was going to say. It's just like, as we talked on one of our episodes before about getting back to the nature of us as a people, us as African Americans, us as humans, us as the lower class in the economy, to start shopping locally with each other.
Exactly. Stop giving these big
because they've shown us that they don't care nothing about us.
They don't care about us. They don't care about our loved ones. They don't care about this country. Listen, if you are taking money that you don't need,
right?
If you are being shady in your business practices, you don't care about the economy of this country. No. You don't care about this country or the people in it.
Excuse me.
Because that is what's destroying the country.
Right.
So come on. You already got these banks that want to discriminate against you. You can't get a loan if you haven't already gotten a loan. Who said that was a stipulation of the loan anyway?
Well, right. That's like saying
up these rules.
You need ID to get ID. I'm trying to get ID. I don't have anything to give you as an ID because I'm trying to get an ID.
Exactly.
The same way with like first time renters. They go, you go to get an apartment and they go, oh, you're a first time rental. You don't have any rental history. We need a rental history. How am I supposed to get a rental history if I'm a first time renter?
And I can't get an apartment. And the ones that be like, experience required. How do I get experience if nobody will give me a chance to get the experience?
Exactly.
Like, that don't make sense.
It makes no sense at all whatsoever. Like, we have a son who was trying to, emancipate himself. So I went to try to help get an apartment. I got turned down for an apartment because they said you have no rental history. I told them I've been a homeowner for 16 years. And they're like, yeah, but you don't have any rental history. And I was so confused, like, I've owned a house for 16 years and my house is paid for. So that don't establish.
And I wonder how many of our white counterparts go through such.
Yeah, I was so tripped out. Like, wow, I can't even get in an apartment.
It makes you wonder how many of our white counterparts go through such obstacles.
Yeah, because that was absolutely crazy.
But what we need to do, we need to start frequenting those small businesses that's in your community.
Yeah,
especially black people.
Yeah,
and another thing too, black people, because a whole lot of the businesses that's in our community is not ours. So what we need to do is we need to start getting together, and we need to start being creative and coming up with ideas and start opening our own shit.
Speaking of which, I saw that you made a post about that on Facebook the other day about you know, when the shops and things start opening back up, we need to frequent and
support people that do that
look like us, that have our best interests at heart.
Stop giving our money to people that don't respect us or like us.
So I think it was like somebody that had commented and was like, but the Chinese people own all the hair shops. Not true.
Oh wait.
So wait.
Don't make me go on because I did not see that comment, honey. Don't make me go on Facebook.
So that leads me into my next point that a lot of people don't know and don't realize, and I don't know the owners of this business at all. I have no affiliation with them whatsoever.
That made me mad.
But I gotta give a shout out to Black is Beauty. They are a black-owned hair shop on Linden Avenue. You look them up. It's a funny way that they, spell the Black is Beauty. But if you type it in on Facebook, it will come up. Go frequent them. It's owned by, I think, 4 or 5 black women. And they're giving back to the community. They've got great specials going on right now for people that are quarantined and doing your hair at home. So look them up on Facebook. Go find them. Find you a black nail tech, a black barbershop if you haven't already. Go look into those kind of ways to shop small, shop local, shop with people who look like you, who seem like they have your best interest at heart.
Okay, nah, girl, that must have been somebody else's post. I might put that on my
you didn't look it up?
Hey, no, I put that on my post.
Okay, maybe it wasn't, but I know it's like I saw.
If I would have seen that, I would have went. Hell,
like at that time I was seeing like a whole bunch of that, shop with your own, and people like, well, we don't own no hair shops. Actually, yeah, we do. There's a black hair shop owned by four beautiful black women.
Understand something. Do a search on Facebook because there's at least 3 different places. There's at least 3 people in our area that does, and I want to say, I think it's Crown Me Coils or
Crown Me Coil Me. Yeah, that's Jerica.
And I've not used any of her products. I'm just naming that she is a person that
she's
owns
on
a business.
So she's in the hood.
She's got a shop and everything. Yeah. There are some other people. I'm gonna just go ahead and look it up because I don't want to just shout out one person. You know what I'm saying? And just I ain't trying to be, and then I gotta find them too for real, cause I ain't even sure who they are. Because there's a lot of because I just recently got information about hold on, I'm trying to see. I just recently got information about some natural stuff. You know what I mean? Okay. And so, no, I already accepted them as friends, so now I gotta figure out who they are. But
well, there's like I have a Vanity Bird. Shout out to Vanity. She's got Baba Love Organics, and she makes body butters and lotions and face oils and face scrubs and stuff like that.
I just saw something. Somebody suggested that I get on something that I like, a page called Vagina Vixen.
Oh.
How could you not? You gotta check that out.
Oh, I'm
check out Vagina Vixen. Hey, they was talking about all this smell good this and smell good that, and it's natural products and stuff. Black operated, black owned. Look, first of all, shout out to black women all around the world. We are the shiznit. Look, understand something. Black women been doing that damn thing, okay? Now, don't nobody want to give us recognition. Don't nobody want to come out here and just say that shit. But we in politics.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We keeping this shit together. You go into the hood. Who working, man? Who holding it down?
It's
black
us.
Women. Look, and I ain't taking nothing from black men, but this ain't about y'all right now. I'm talking about black women. I love y'all. Y'all the shit too. But right here, right now, it's about us. Now I'm saying, black women is shit.
Absolutely.
We keeping this shit together. I'm essential. Most of the people I work with are black women. They all essential. You feel me?
Yeah.
You got black women out here that's making masks.
Yes.
Making masks, donating masks.
Yes.
You feel me? So I got a friend, she making masks. My friend Tamika Brown, she out here. Now I'm shouting her out because that's my homegirl and that's my friend. You can't call her and get no mask though. Okay. She only making masks for some essential motherfuckers.
Certain people.
Well, I feel blessed to be essential.
In the mask department, my sister-in-law has Web of Dreams. You can look her up on Facebook. She's making masks of NFL teams, collegiate teams, sororities, fraternities. She for real with it. Like, she's making custom masks. You can find her Web of Dreams on Facebook. Look it up.
Understand.
Yeah, this may
be a time of diversity. This may be a time where you are afraid. Don't just look at what's negative. Also understand, this is also a time for heightened awareness. This is a time for creativity, ingenuity. This is a time for new opportunity. This is a time to recreate yourself, reinvent yourself, readjust yourself. It don't have to be bad. It don't have to be all bad.
Right.
Because it ain't good.
No, but you can be productive.
Be all bad. Yes, you can be productive. You can find a way to make a way. You can get your grind on.
Absolutely.
Black women are the shiznit. Do you understand what I'm saying to me?
We are.
You talking about making a way out of no way. You got people out of here. They done broke out grandma's sewing machine and they getting it in. They not just helping the hood. They helping the first responders. They donating. They out here doing the damn thing.
Right.
You feel me? I mean, come on, man. All I'm saying is
Black women, shout them out. You know, and you're talking about, making the masks to donate. I have another friend who's making masks, and she's selling them to regular people and using the profits to be able to make masks to give away to the essential workers.
And see, talk about your karma and your blessings.
So I was like, that's dope. So I'm gonna charge you, but this nurse is gonna get one for free.
Right.
That's dope.
I ain't feeling all bad about you charging me. I don't mind paying that fee.
Nah, not at all.
But yeah, I don't mind paying that fee because look at what's happening. You know what I'm saying?
It becomes a trickle down. Yeah, it's a trickle down effect.
And she should reap some sort of profit from what she doing.
Right.
She should keep back whatever dollars she can so she can keep on keeping on, and she should make a profit from it. And then her blessings are gonna come in abundance in other ways. She's gonna reap plenty riches other than monetary, financial. Oh, yeah. Her blessings is gonna be in abundance. And understand, people, this is what it's about right now.
It is.
This is exactly what it is. The humanity of all this. Your humanity needs to come through. Somebody making a mask to sell so that they can make a mask to give away, that is a child of God looking after another child of God.
Absolutely.
As a matter of fact, looking after two of God's children.
Right.
And then you in turn purchasing that mask are also looking out for two of God's children. You giving her a profit to make while also giving her the material that she needs to keep somebody else safe, who's keeping other people safe, and then the blessings continue and continue.
And who's to say
down effect
that one of the masks that she makes for one of these essential workers isn't somebody that's in charge of taking care of one of your loved ones or somebody that's connected to you.
And that's the whole point of it. And that's the whole point of it. That's the whole point. The trickle down effect, the goodness will trickle down onto you as well. Just like when you do something bad, and that shit trickle down. When you do it good, when you do that good, that trickles down as well.
And it's important to do good for the sake of doing good, and not always look for the blessings to come back.
Because it's not always immediate.
No, it's not.
What you do today will not always be reciprocated tomorrow.
No.
And then you also have to understand that blessing that comes to you may be tenfold. It may not even be as small as the gesture that you gave to someone else. It may be something bigger.
Yeah, so it's important to do it from the heart, do it for the right reason.
Always, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Don't ever look for a regular. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you, you know what I'm saying? I do what I do. I don't feel like I get paid enough for what I do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I do what I do not for the pay, but because I love doing it.
Right.
And I do more. I care, and I care in a way. I care in a way that's rewarding to my spirit, because it's not just about the paycheck that I receive.
Right.
I can go in and I can do a job, but if I do that job and I don't put any heart, any feeling, any care into what I'm doing, then all it is a paycheck. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really caring about the person.
I say that all the time. I mean, in my line of work of, being an educator, I'm not going to say we don't get paid enough. Some of us don't get paid enough. Because for the ones that are truly dedicated, that truly care, that work outside of 8 to 3 and go above and beyond, and not to necessarily big myself up, but I am one of those people. I'm always thinking in teacher mode. I'm always like, what can I do better? How can I fix this? How do I help this kid? How do I reach this kid? How do I do this? So no, I don't get paid enough. And right now with this whole corona situation, I'm working even harder as an educator, trying to make sure that my kids are logging in to, do their work and trying to keep them motivated and all of that. So yeah, so for the government, for the powers that be, you want to thank me, pay me more, wipe out my student loans, because I feel like I'm only working to pay my student loans.
Start. Look, you bailed out these banks, you bailed out these companies. Now when it comes time to bail out the American people, these banks and these companies need to bail us out.
I agree.
They need to bail us out.
And it's so funny that these jobs, or not necessarily jobs, but these jobs and these things that you thought were important before Corona, that have now gone away since Corona, and you see what has taken rise. Like, if that don't flip the tables in your mind, like, wait a minute, all of this stuff we thought we needed, that we thought was important.
I didn't have to be out in traffic every morning at 6:30 a.m. trying to beat rush hour traffic. You mean to tell me I could have been on the computer the whole time getting my work in?
Right.
I don't have to be up at 4 a.m. I don't have to be up at 6 a.m. to get up, we can all be at home doing this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We can all do this.
And keeping everybody safe at the same time.
And think about it too like this. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm feeling where you coming from as a teacher, from the teacher's perspective, and I'm not. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just thinking of it like this. You don't have the distractions of a classroom. You don't have the distractions of, say, an unruly person, or a fire drill, or what I'm saying, any of that.
Right.
And doing it this way enables you to have the one-on-one time that some kids need in order to jump over that learning curve.
Yes. And the kids are asking me questions that they weren't asking me at school because they're
afraid of the stereotype.
Are you stupid? You dumb. You can't read. Well, now nobody knows.
Right.
Because you're FaceTiming me one-on-one, or you're sending me a private email. It's for that aspect, it's been good, but I do miss some of my kids.
I feel you. I saw on Red Table Talk, because I like Red Table Talk with Jada, and they all right. But anyway, I saw where this woman was talking about she always felt that her daughter could do better than a C average in school, and her daughter is autistic. And she said since she's been home, her daughter's been making A's and B's, and she said it makes her want to cry because she always knew she could do it. She said the online learning seems to have built her daughter's confidence. Wow. And I think that that's what's happening with a lot of kids, especially when you're dealing with inner city kids where the classrooms are overpopulated. Yes. You got kids that there are some that don't learn or don't know, and so they do disrupt the classes because of their own embarrassment, because of their inability to do what they should be doing then, and then you got the kids that dumb themselves down so that they don't seem like nerds, so they can be cool. Yep. All of that. You know what I'm saying?
And I don't want to be Debbie Downer, but we do have to face the reality as people, as parents, as educators, that some kids don't want to learn. Some kids don't want to go to school.
And you know what?
And we force this education down their throat the way that we do. And of course, that is what makes them bounce back, push back, and destroy a classroom.
You know what? And I think that this will help some kids feel their niche as to how they learn and what they learn and when they learn, because those kids are the kids that's going to be mechanics. They're going to work in factories.
They don't want to get it from a classroom.
They don't want to sit in there and take a test. They don't want to do that. And to them, it's not because they're dumb. It's because they're looking at it on a piece of paper, and it's not something that you can do to figure out. Some people need to do to figure out. I need to do this so I can read this mic and know what 5/10 is. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Let me take it apart and put it back together versus writing a paper about it. Absolutely.
Put it back together. Yeah. And then they figure out they niche like that. Like my child, put some shit on paper. He cool on that. But you put some stuff in front of him that he got to figure out.
Exactly.
It's done. He can do that.
I like it.
I like it too. We need to stop though, because we getting that
We're getting to wrap it up.
Yeah,
wrap it up,
B. Wrap it up there. You know what I'm saying? But you know, hey, look, these corporate look, real talk. We need to protest. You want to protest something? Stop protesting staying in the house. What you need to protest is y'all big ass companies that's taking money from us.
Yes.
Give it back. Y'all big ass companies that don't want us to stay at home, that's willing to open up your doors and have us shoulder to shoulder to cut up some freaking meat. What you need to do is have us stay at home. Pay us the way you was gonna pay us for the next 6 months if we would have showed up for work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And keep this company, keep us safe, keep the country safe, and keep yourself in business for the future. If we all come in to work today and we die tomorrow, what the fuck company you gonna have anyway?
Absolutely. I like it. So if you like what you're hearing and you want to hear more, you can find us anywhere you find your favorite podcast, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And you can always email us at flywithusla@gmail.com. I'm Lady Bounce.
Hey, this is my therapy, y'all. I'm Kryptonite.
And we out of here.